Merry meet Libra. Libra sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Libras starting today, the 9th of February, 2025. This is Ariel, and today I am reading with this Tarot Classic. It's an Italian tarot deck. This happens to be a Russian version or a Ukrainian version, but I put a link in the video description to the regular English version, should you desire to purchase that for yourself. I've also already purified with this beautiful cologne by Alvarez Gomez, traditional eau de cologne in a Spanish style, wonderful for purifying a space. And like I said, there's a link in the video description for both of these products. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Libras. Starting out with the 10 of coins, wouldn't you know? And then we have the 4 of cups, which is lovely. And then a good old Queen of Wands. This is a wonderful base reading. You're really seeming to be disciplining yourself on some level spiritually, some sort of spiritual practice, meditational practice. Somehow you're getting yourself really ordered internally. It could be therapy, whatever this is. It's working. Whatever you're doing is working. Keep doing it. You're doing great. You're also doing great financially. No, I can just hear everybody go, no, I'm not. But you are. Things are, whether or not it looks like it's coming together for you externally or not, things are in place for you. You're doing well. And this also can pertain to health. If there's something health-oriented that's been going on, it looks like it has cleared up or is clearing up beautifully. The Queen of Wands is saying you're still on the same wonderful track that you've been on with your work. You're doing so well. And whatever that work is, it's not only the way you make money, but what the things that you spend your day doing and the things that are important to you, activities that are important to you, you're doing really well. And it's not only that you're doing well for yourself, you're doing well for the world. Everybody's benefiting from what you're doing. And so just keep it up. You're doing so well. I'm happy with this reading so far. No advice other than keep doing what you're doing. Let's see what else is in here. We've got a beautiful Chariot card. Nice. Magician card. Okay. And okay, there, good. At least we have a couple things we can talk about instead of how wonderful Libra is. No, you are wonderful, Libra. You're doing very, very well. This is a lovely reading. The thing that I do want to point out is that you don't need to justify yourself to anybody. There's still that sort of, what will they think, or what's my image, or can I somehow manage somebody's perception of me, or can I tap dance and can I entertain so that I get positive responses from people? Those kinds of things. What can I do to, assure that people's behavior is good to me? Nothing. You can't. And all that does to you is waste your time. And I don't really think you want to do that anymore. It seems like you're really getting far beyond that, but that tendency is still hanging over you. And it's a really good idea to recognize that that's a burden. That's what this 10 is. This 10 of Wands is the card of the burden. And that is the burden, not the things that you're doing. But the burden of caring about what people think of you, which is a big burden that most of us have. It's not just you. Most of us have that. But that burden is hindering your ability to work as effectively as you could. So the mantra is, what others think of me is none of my business. And it's easy to say, but in the throes of it, it's not always easy to accept. But you are being called on to accept that because there's nothing about you that needs to be changed. That's not to say that you're not perfect and that you shouldn't keep improving, but you're already on the right track. You know what to do. You know what to improve. You know what's going on. So you don't ever have to feel like other people's condemnation of you has anything to do with you. It really doesn't. It's all on them. And even if it's not outright condemnation, even if it's a fear of their condemnation, that's still not really any of your business. It's really none of your concern. If they condemn you, let them. That's their right. They can do anything they want in their own mind, as long as their actions don't do anything, you know. But it looks like for you, if there are negative actions, you're already the victor. That Chariot card is saying that really nothing can really touch you at this point. You've come through the war and you're the winner. You're the victor. So whatever in your past that you might think maybe coming back to haunt you or whatever, it's not. And if it tries to, it has no power. So you really have nothing to worry about. You really don't need to live your life through other people's eyes anymore. And I'd like to point out that living one's life through other people's eyes is a response to being abused on some level. Whether it's as a child, a friend, a spouse, whatever. It's a type of abuse response. The reason we do that isn't because we think, wouldn't it be nice if I cared what people think of me? It's that, how can I manage their perception of me so that they like me and therefore don't hurt me? It's a survival response. So it's nothing to feel bad about. It's something to love yourself through. It's like, oh, you don't have to worry about that. But you also don't want to carry around that burden, because it takes the energy away from all this wonderful work you're doing. So whatever your spiritual discipline is that you're doing, keep doing it, because it's working. But remember, if it's on the way up, it's on the way out. And I don't want you to disregard or ignore what's coming up for you in regards to, what will they think? What will they think of me? Because what will they think of me is a real big distraction, and it's a big burden, because it's not something that you're meant to carry. What will they think? They'll think what they think. I know it's easy for me to say, but they'll think what they think. And they don't pay your bills. And even if they do pay your bills, they still can think what they want to think. It doesn't matter. You don't have to change who you are at all. And you couldn't even if you wanted to. Even if you wanted to change who you are to make them like you better, it wouldn't work. It couldn't work. It can't work. So just be yourself, because there's nothing wrong with you, and let the chips fall where they may. And as you let go of these burdens of worrying about what other people think about you, you might be pleasantly surprised that people actually like you, Libra. People actually do. And the ones that don't really are missing out. That literally is their problem. It has nothing to do with you. It has zilch to do with you. Because what you're doing is wonderful. You've gone through a lot. And you've come through a lot. And you're the victor. And you're doing so well. So let's let go of this. Because that's still a burden. Remind yourself, whatever the burden is, whether it's this or another burden is not your function here. Carrying burden is not your function. So I cast my burdens on the spirit within me, and I go free. And you can just have that as your mantra. I cast this burden, if it's specific, on the spirit within me, and I go free. If it's generalized, I cast all my burdens on the spirit within me, and I go free. Because that spirit within you is connected to infinite power and knows exactly what to do with these burdens. It knows what to do with them. So all you have to do is say, I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep these burdens. Here, have them. They're yours. Have at it, infinite spirit. And then you are free to just do your thing, to do all the wonderful things that you're here to do and that you're already doing very, very beautifully. So you already are in an infrastructure that will support this work. Now you just have to use it, because you already have a wonderful spiritual discipline of some sort. So you're already doing really well. So use it. As part of that, just remember, when you're doing something spiritual, when you're doing any kind of spiritual practice, it will bring up to your conscious mind that which needs to be released. And the thing that it's saying here that's coming up that needs to be released is your need for other people's approval. And It's an understandable one. We all have that, but you get to be ahead of the pack now because you are on this spiritual path. And so you're actually going to let go of that. Most people can't say they were able to let go of that, but you're going to, at least on a big, profound level. Maybe you don't get every aspect of it all at once. That's fine. But you'll know that it's gone when you don't feel burdened anymore. When you don't feel like you've got a 10-pound or a 50-pound weight on your shoulders or a 100-pound weight on your shoulders, whatever it is. You do not have a cross to bear. No, you don't. Whoever said that is just misinformed. You do not, we all have our crosses to bear. No, we don't. That's what the infinite spirit's there for, is to take those burdens. And so when people say that, when they say we all have our crosses to bear, they're talking about, there's a good side of that, meaning I'm not going to put my problems on other people. I'm going to deal with them graciously. But it's bigger than that. The way you deal with your burdens graciously is cast them on the spirit within you and go free and recognize that they're not yours to begin with. And when you do that, you free up all this energy. And you already know this, and you're already on the right track with this. Just be aware of this tendency. There's 2 meditations that you may want to listen to if you have time over the next couple of weeks. And you can go to the video description of this video on YouTube and get the link to all those tarot meditations. The tarot meditation for the Magician card, and also the tarot meditation for the Chariot card. Those are going to be your 2 meditations. The Chariot card is one that you're already really doing well with, but you can still listen to it because it's going to help to solidify this. This Magician card is what's up right now, and it's going to really give you a context to put this to rest and lay these burdens down and get back to work in the best possible way. And you're doing so well. And it just seems like money's clearing up. Just so many good things are happening for you. So when this comes up, just remember it's coming up to get released. So let it go. Casting your burdens on the infinite spirit within you and going free. That's your mantra. If you have to say it 100 times a day, say it 100 times a day. Doesn't matter. Whatever it takes to get that into your deep mind that you're not carrying this burden anymore is all that matters. And you're doing great. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. We'll see you in 2 weeks for another 2-week reading, Libra. Until then, blessed be.